Hey, lovies. I hope all is well. Honey, I don't know about you, but Mercury retrograde is no joke. Can you say trigger, 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 trigger? Okay. Jeesh. Um, so I've been led to pretty much just share my story. Um, First of all, the message is what was planned for you has fallen into their life. So I was led to Staten Island, Willowbrook State School, okay? This is America's largest institution for disabled or troublesome children, okay? Now, I don't really want to get too deep into this because it's very sad. You can go and look it up if you like to. Willow, Willow Brook, it's one word, Willowbrook, Rook, State School, okay? There's a lot of stories on there that are very disturbing. And these stories, I read about 3 of them. And these stories, they triggered me, okay? See, we can't run when we get triggered. We can't run. We got to stand right there and face that shit, okay? That's like you running from self, or you letting that demon control your mind, body, and soul and make demands for the rest of your life, okay? That's what that is. So, like I say, I became very triggered. You've got some monitoring spirits around you too, okay? For whoever this is for, you have monitoring spirits around you. 2 of them, okay? All right. At the age of 16, like I say, I'm not going to get too deep into this Willowbrook, okay? Like I said, just look it up and, do your own little research on it because, like I say, it's very disturbing and I'm not trying to stay in that energy, okay? All right, so here I am, 16 years old, planning to get pregnant so that I can be free. So that I can take the child that I already have and be free. And while I was sitting back making a plan for my life and my babies, my caretakers were in the back making a plan. And their plan was for me to move to Marietta, Georgia with an uncle. And with an uncle and aunt. And at the time, I didn't know that this was the plan. I thought the plan was that they were just going to let me go and stay with them. Okay. But the real plan was for me to go to some type of home, some type of school. I do remember hearing the word Catholic, which was very confusing to me at the time because I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. So that let's just say that traumatized me. It put me in a lot of FUD energy, fear, uncertainty, and doubts. Okay. I remember that feeling to this day. I remember asking myself, what the hell is really going on with these people? Like, who are they? Because this is not adding up. I've been pretty much forced into this belief of being a Jehovah's Witness. And now all I hear is sending me away to a Catholic school. All I knew, it was nothing good in that. So the plan was for me to go to this school. At the time, I was 16 and pregnant with my second child, okay? So the plan was for me to go to this school and stay in this school till I was 21 years old. And I remember feeling, I remember asking the Most High. I never could call him Jehovah. I never could call him that. But I did talk to him constantly, all the time, because there was no one else to talk to. And I remember asking him, like, what did I do so wrong to make my supposedly parents, these caretakers of mine, want to send me away to a Catholic school? And they don't even believe in Catholics. They go against Catholics. They say Catholics are going to HELL. And yet they're sending their only child to HELL. Now, when it came to the male taker in my life, I wasn't confused on why he would try to send me there. But see, what was confusing was the female caretaker in my life. Because see, I thought she was my mother. I thought she loved me. I thought she was for me. But in the end, I found out that my mother slash aunt slash caretaker was my biggest enemy. But at that time, I didn't know that. So I was very confused. But I still tried to find reasons as to why she would send her only daughter to this school. I gave her reasons as to, she's weak. That generation is not strong like us. Or she's faithful to her husband. Because as a Jehovah's Witness, they have to remain faithful. They're very big on that. No divorcing. They're big on that. So I thought she was just being a loyal, devoted wife. And I couldn't argue with her with that, even if I didn't agree with it. So, in the end, I did not go to this home, to this school. But I ask myself sometimes, I wonder what it would be like if I did go to that school. But I know what it would be like. It would be like me being in the Willowbrook State School. I would be a vegetable full of abuse, neglect, no education, full of drugs to keep me lost so that they can continue to siphon my energy, my love, my confidence, my courage. So, I am very thankful that I did not have to go to that school. Even though by me not going to that school did not, let's just say, I did not avoid roadblocks. I did not avoid heartaches, betrayal. By me staying with my uncle and aunt led me to, let's just say, experience cocaine. It led me to experience my first relationship with a female. But see, this relationship was so dysfunctional because this relationship that I had with this female was my uncle's wife. First relationship with a woman who is your aunt. A woman who was in her, let's say, 30s. So you can imagine how that went. So their plan still really went how they wanted it to go. If you really look at it. Because their plan was to keep me stuck. Okay? Their plan was to get me out the way. But see, they didn't want me to sit with family. because they didn't want their business to come out. So they tried to hurry up and get me away. I didn't go to the school, but I still remained stuck with dysfunctional people. So I know you ask yourself, well, why would they want to do this? Why would parents want to send their only child away like that? You must have been a bad child. You must have did some pretty unforgivable things. No, sir, no, ma'am. Think what you want to think. But the real ones know. The plan was to get me away so that they could take over this, let's just say, this gift that was left for you. They had to get you away so that they could scheme, so that they can change things, documents, change names, birth dates. Or so that maybe they can claim that you're no longer living. This was the plan, so that you will not have what was yours. See, my papa left me some things. He passed 2011. And the only time that I would see my papa was maybe once a year for the family reunions. And there used to be so many things that I want to tell my papa that I was going through, but I was scared because I knew that if I told my papa, they would not take me back there. So I would never say anything to my papa. I would just look him in his eyes. Because I come from a place where we didn't have to talk. We would just look at each other and communicate. And that's what I did with my papa a lot. And that's why he was so special to me, because when I would look in his eyes, he would look at me and he would say, "Don't you worry about a thing. You're going to be all right." And I just remember looking at him and my eyes watering up, and I just wanted to just holler, just break down. But I didn't. Because I knew if I did, the other family members would see it. And then they would know that I told him. But I trusted him, and I believed in him. And it kept me for a long time. His words. His eyes. So I was supposed to receive some things at the age of 18. And if I am gone, out the way, who will these things go to? Oh, my caretakers. What's triggering you? We can't run from it. We gotta relax, man. Relate to the shit and release that shit. What was planned for you has fallen into their life. Okay? So, I don't know if someone is getting ready to go to a mental hospital. Yeah. Someone is spazzing out. All the attacks, all these years that have been put on you are now being put on the attackers. What they put on you, their mind, body, and soul cannot handle. And now they have to be checked in. Till next time, just know my love for you is golden, and hold that shit down.